What's up, humans? I just wanted to come to you and kind of give you a heads up since all the skins are on here and there's a good chance to show you what this car is going to look like. I do want to go over like what I'm going to bring you with this channel, rather than just giving you all photos and videos and being like, hey, look what we can do. I want to, when the job comes up, when what I'm working on is cool, or even if it's not cool, I'm going to video it and kind of explain it and educate, even from what a Clico is to what the body jigs do, or why I put the body line away from the weld seam, why I don't do corner welds, the weld processes, how we go about fitting the glass to everything. There's so many aspects of building a car that I feel a lot of people just kind of brush over, and everything is valuable. So if you're here for the education, then you've come to the right spot. I'm also going to just kind of like give progress of these projects and whatever project I work on or might be cool around the shop. First off, just a glance at the car. This is the 70 Chevelle wide body that I've been working on and we've been working on as a team, and the styling and design has been a cohesive effort. But it's 2 inches in the rear and it's 1.5 inches in the front. It's gone into the doors. So at this point in the middle of the door is actually the factory profile, and it kind of goes out from there. It's got a great stance, great lines. The body has been channeled over a custom roadster shop frame. So the bottom of the body and the bottom of the frame are gonna be level with the ground. The top of the front fender has been raised about 1 inch to give it a more aggressive lunging forward look. All the body lines have been crisped up. We added this body line up here. We've done just little things here and there that you may not notice it, but it's still gonna look like a Chevelle. It's just not, honestly. We even angled the quarter window back. It used to actually be about straight up. So then we had to redesign the tracks of the window so it'll clear with the tub. But like I said, there's a lot of different aspects that go into this rather than just getting an aftermarket fender or getting an aftermarket this, bolting it on. Here we actually like to make everything from scratch if we can. I appreciate y'all sticking around, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I've got a lot of stuff in this head that I wanna get out, and if y'all wanna learn, let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know how it looks. Let me know how it's going. Let me know what you want to learn. I know there's a lot of interest with the body panel shaping. I won't really be doing much of that until we get to the hood and the deck lid, because those will be completely from scratch. The aluminum structure, aluminum skin, everything. It's kind of an homage to the old competition cars, the European cars especially. When I start doing some of the heavy shaping, I'm going to be filming it and going over the process of that stuff and how I see the metal and how it moves and which tool to use, whether it's the English wheel, whether it's the power hammer, whether it's the shrinker stretcher, whether it's over your knee. There's something about metal that's really cool. Whenever you actually see it take shape, you can't get enough of it. So I'm hoping me explaining some of this stuff and educating can get more people on board with it. It's an amazing craft and an amazing trade, and some people say it's dying. I do see a lot of really talented people out there. Whether you're fresh in the game or you've been around for 10, 15, 20 years, just know that it's still an art form, and the metal does have a soul. The car has a soul. The feeling you put into it is what you get out, and this one, she's got a good soul now. Booyah! And I'm not sure exactly what my end game is with this channel, other than to get the knowledge out of my head and potentially start some classes at some point. It's gonna start slowly, start small. I need to figure out how to articulate some of this stuff better, but I can see it going further than I even think possible. I'm not one to keep the knowledge to myself. I definitely want to get it out there, and this channel and you guys are helping me do that. The more input that I get from you guys, the better I'm going to get, and the better we're all going to get together, and it's going to be entertaining in the process. I'm not going to lose that aspect of it, because I don't want it to be monotone and drab. I want there to be some energy to it, because you got to put energy in to get the shape out. That's just plain and simple. So let's have fun with this and let's see what we can learn together. If you've seen the posts and the videos, you may be wondering what these are for. You maybe not be wondering, but since this is educational, I'm gonna teach you. These are body jigs, and they're actually somewhat precise, even though of their crude nature. You know, we can measure off the front of these to other body jigs, and it's within a 1/16 of an inch over 70 inches or something like that. Essentially, we can just measure off of them to certain lines in the body, and that's where these come into play. They're actual steel templates that I've made for different areas of the car. Like that's for right at the quarter window, and I can measure from here to this point where this matches up, and then take it to the other side and check it in there. And this one's for the rear axle center line, so we can put that there. And it's, you know, within tolerances. And this is what I mean by these are just rough shaped. You can still move it around and adjust it if you need to, but these make it foolproof. If you measure to a point and this fits up both sides, you got yourself a symmetrical body. If you have been following along, you've seen that I've done the flush mount flanges at the front and the rear of the roof. So those are already locked in. Right now I'm doing the A-pillars. I have the A-pillar off on this side because it won't fit with the door skin unfinished, but I'll show it to you on the other side. And this is how the flush mount glasses are gonna fit. You know, it basically is exactly how it sounds. It's just flush with the outside of the body. No matter how nice the car is, there's always bodywork and paint, especially in builds of this quality. So we're gonna set the body a little bit lower. They can fill up to it. That way it is true flush mount when everything is said and done. I've got this panel that we've got the new body line in, and this will eventually be welded to the quarter panel, and it's going to be a full, you know, one piece quarter panel, and this is going to be the last seam that gets welded. After it's all said and done, there's going to be another flange that comes in here. Now all of these body lines have been sharpened in the steel. They were visible in a factory car, but I've sharpened all of them up, even the valleys and the reverse curves and the body line up top. They're going to be nice and crisp, so you see that actual reflection change when it's painted and done. All of these panels have been hand shaped. Some of them have already been welded together in spots. Like this used to be 2 pieces. This was another piece, so this is 3 pieces already welded together. I'm having to plan out where the weld seams are going to go and which ones I want to weld. Like I don't want to weld too much of this together because we haven't figured out the shape of the taillight panel. I don't want to weld this to here because we haven't figured out the wheel opening. But I do have these 2 welded together. I've got, you know, these 2 of the door skin welded together. I don't want to weld these until I tip that. So it's really just it's a game of figuring out the process and not putting yourself into a corner. I'm getting excited to make the hood and deck lid and bring y'all that kind of content because I know y'all want to see the process of that stuff. Unfortunately, that's a little bit down the road, but the next video is going to be how to make these A-pillar caps. I'm working on editing it down, and it basically just goes over how to take a template to a flat piece to hammer it in the flange and not using any corner welds, doing it the correct way. And this will actually be a simple cap that welds to the flange back here. It's going to weld to the windshield opening and it's going to look factory, but nothing about it's factory.